Hey everybody, Anthony Fletcher. Thanks for coming to my channel. A lender's point of view. This is part 6 of our 7-part series. Today we are going to talk about what it really costs to live in a place that you want to call home. Now, where are you going to live, right? That's a huge question. When my wife and I, when we first got married, we lived in a small town called Everett, Washington, where we had a single A baseball team. I worked for a bank, she worked at Boeing, and we made a total of $2,600 a month we brought home. But we couldn't afford a house. So we decided to move not only into Portland, but away from Portland in a small town, Hillsboro, where we could buy a house for a whopping $78,000. And even though we paid 9% interest rate, we were still able to make it. Now, we didn't like having to drive all the way to Portland all the time to go do anything because we're young and we wanted to go do stuff. But it was necessary to kind of get our lifestyle going. So this is what I want to address with you today. It's like you have some choices to make, and one is where are you going to live and how are you going to afford it? Like, are you going to be the ones to kind of, that takes a house, move into a place where you're just renting and never can get yourself going because you're struggling to be that actor or whatever you want to be? Or, are you going to try to move to an area that you can actually live in and ease? So I kind of want to go over this today. Other things, how much debt are you willing to take on? Do you want a $800,000 mortgage and live in Seattle? Or do you want a $200,000 mortgage and live in Fife, Washington? you know like most of us, you're probably wondering what you need to do because that's something that comes across all of us when we're trying to figure out our lives. So I want to kind of go through some different cities here and kind of show you what I've been talking about. Now, I'm going to first use as far as Seattle, for example. And in this example here, I just want to show you, this is $600,000, the number of homes that you can see. 18 homes in Seattle for under $600,000. Now that's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. And that means generally a first-time home buyer, you're probably looking at, well, $3,600 if you're going to do about 90% loan to value. So put 10% down, you're going to end up with a payment of about $3,600. By the time you get through with other things, you're going to be close to around $4,000 a month payment. So there's 18 homes there. However, if you want to go outside of town, and this is 550,000 and less, and here there's some actually homes here under 400,000, but there are 114 homes here. Now, a lot of us, we can decide whether or not we want to telecommute now, or potentially there's the same type of job. Maybe you're a janitor. Well, there's janitor jobs way out here, and we're in areas where the housing price is only 400,000 versus having tried to make it 600,000 and live in an apartment. So think of that when you're looking at, this type of information. Now I want to show you like Oakland, California, for example. This is interesting. So 28 homes here for under $700,000 in Oakland, California. And this is right now on Zillow. And if you go outside of Oakland, there are 40 homes that are under 500,000. So if you look at that, that's that's over probably a $1,400 to $1,500 difference in payment. So if you don't need to live in Oakland for some reason, then maybe there's not the reason to be able to do that. It might give you that ability to do all the family things that you want to do and go on trips and things like that, which I thought were more important for me. So that's why we didn't choose to live in Portland. Now I want to kind of show you like in Bend, Oregon, where I live here. So here are all the houses here that are under 400,000 in Bend. There's just one house in all of Bend, Oregon under $400,000. And I've seen it, and it's not a pretty nice home either. It needs about $100,000 work. But if you go outside with just in 30 to 40 minutes of Bend, you have houses all the way into the 200s. So think about that because, if you think about, I need to live in this city because this is where I want to live at, you basically want to get on the property ladder because over time your income generally goes up, and also once you're buying a house, the values of these houses go up. So some of these houses in these small towns like Madras, Oregon, 10 years ago were going for 60 and 70,000. Now they're 350,000. So getting on the property ladder, that's most important for what you need to do. So I just thought I would kind of go over a couple other things that I thought were interesting facts here, okay? And what the difference is for living some of the most expensive cities versus living some of the least expensive cities. And this is according to Kiplinger newsletter that I came out and read through. And I just kind of thought it'd be important to show you this. And this is like Jackson, Tennessee, the median income is only $52,000. So, but the median home value is only 158,000. So it's only less than 3 times your total income for the price of the home. That's what Portland, Oregon used to be 30 years ago. Look at the most expensive city here, Seattle. The median income is 110, but the median home value is 848,000. So it's 7 times your income, over 7 times your income to be able to live in Seattle versus only 3 times. So this is 14% below the national average, and this is 50% above the national average. Okay, let's look at Augusta, Georgia. Everyone likes golf. Augusta's the, famous home of the Augusta Golf Course, right? And the median income is only 56,000, where the median home value is 182,000. So this is 15% below the national average. Whereas Oakland, California, we just looked at, the median income is 82 and the median home is 848. So that's almost 10 times your income to live in Oakland, California, as what it is to live in Augusta, Georgia. Okay. Now let's look at Kalamazoo, Michigan. Anybody would love to live in Kalamazoo. I haven't been there, but it sounds like a fun place to go. $62,000 is the median household income there. Okay. Median home value, $208,000. So just over 3%. It's 22% below the median average. And now let's go higher. Boston, Massachusetts, $79,660. The median income is 50% of the cost of home living there is 50% above the median average. And then finally, let's look at the two major extremes. Harlingen, Texas, the median income $48,000, the median home value $103, 2 times. So you think of this, it only really takes you 2 years of working, realistically, if you go by just these numbers without taking the factor of taxes, to be able to afford this house. So in 3 years, you could actually have your house paid. So just imagine that. Every 3 years, you could own a house and have it paid for, okay? 23 below the national average. We're in Brooklyn, New York. 68,000 is the median income. Median home value, $793. 11 times the cost. It takes 11 years just to make enough money to equal the amount of the cost of that house. So 69% above the national average. So if you're trying to get started, don't just think that you can't make it, okay? Think about a couple things that I want to kind of point out over here. One, think about what your priorities are. What's more important to you? Location or financial health, okay? You have the inexpensive cities, such as they give you low cost, more financial freedom, versus big cities. You get that wonderful excitement, all the ballparks and all the football games and all that other stuff, but also the greater competition and the greater financial responsibility on your head to be able to make sure that you do it. Versus, as we talked about here with the ones in Bend, you can go, or outside the cities, you can kind of get a blending of neighborhoods and a blend of the financial requirements. So just want to kind of go over these things with you. Take a look at the big picture when you go to look for finding your first home. And don't think that you have to live in the city to get started. It's really, really important to get yourself on that property ladder so that as time goes by, your values go up and then you can move around to the next one. All right, everybody, thanks for coming to my channel. Please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you again in my next video. Bye now.